Oh, Joy Taylor. Oh, Joy Taylor. Where you at? Sideline, huh? Hmm. Now, if I go to use YouTube streets, I usually see you flashing by with something to say. Well, I'll tell you like this. The only reason why they're sitting you down for a while is because you ain't making no money. I can't really believe that them leches over there really have any moral standards because they don't. However, it's the oldest game in town. Of course, you used leverage to move on up. What did you do differently that Mariah Carey didn't do? Oops. Or Madonna? Oops. Or Beyonce? Oops. You know the big game in town that gets you ahead on these jobs? Who are we kidding that something is new? Or what Donna Ross did back in the day. Someone's supposed to sit here and say this. Now, if you put yourself front and center and you out here thoughting in your videos and then you didn't say what no one can do for you and all this other stuff, what do we expect? Now, you were on a show with three other soul brothers. So they obviously don't really view you the way they once did. It was one thing and you were Skip Bayless's side on the show. And then it was another thing when you were Colin Cowherd. But now, because they put you in with Shady and Ocho, who's just sweating every chance he gets, like he's the local deacon, like he's, you see how he be sweating. And then Paul Pierce and Keisha and all that. So, what were we to make of this? Is it a PR disaster for you? You know, Jason Whitlock said we can't see that pecan. 304 culture. What are we to do with this? Now, Fox Sports has embarrassed themselves enough. Skip Bayless embarrassed himself running Shannon Sharp off, bringing Lil Wayne on to fill in for Wiles, which was embarrassing. And now, with the Joy Taylor mess, even though if her money, if the clicks and views were on point, I'll see it like this. You can do what you want if you know how to play the game. But the problem is that too much been put out there. And these networks are trying to act like they have some sense of morals or something, which they really don't. They don't. When they have the female mediators, it's very much eye candy a lot of times. That's not to say that the females that come on these shows don't know their stuff, that you don't have first tier journalism, because Pam Oliver is still a standard. There are some ones who know their stuff. And Hannah Storm was good at what she did. You know, Susie Cole, even that whole thing with Joe Namath, know what she was doing. So just because you are attractive or appealing doesn't mean you have to become 304 or talk about it. We do know that that's very much part of the game. We don't care about cancel culture and Me Too. We already know. These leches be, cheeks for checks, booty for looty. Who are we kidding? But it's the way you play the game. And see, she went out like a sucker. That's why she's on the network she's on now. You remember Skip Bayless and Coward were her sponsors. Where she's at now. Look where they got her. It ain't the same. And she done ran her mouth and talked too much yang. But will she get Paul Pierce where they let her go? Nah. But they ain't trying to put no money on her either. She ain't making no money. When the money get funny, then all of a sudden they got problems with you. That's all this is. Believe me, if Joy was still a big time cash cow for them, this would my marriage. They usually have a way of making this disappear. So we'll see how it plays out. But she's suddenly not around. Sideline. That's the term we're using for Joy Taylor. But when she was telling it how she felt and exposing herself, and they're like, well, we can't do nothing with her. And they see if she was conscious about stuff, she could Jane Kennedy Overton this thing and flip it. She could make it into something She doesn't really have the vision for that though. You gotta have the vision and the moxie and the depth to make it into something. And she's not gonna turn into Vanessa L. Williams and morph this into something besides being seen as a one-trick pony. That's the sad part. So we'll stay tuned, but do we really care? We don't watch that whack show, no way. We don't watch them corny, they too corny on that show. I can't watch Ocho and Shady and them hee and ha and kicking and clacking because this is like watching Bubba and Grady without Fred Sanford. It's cool for a couple moments, but there's a reason why it was Sanford and Son, it wasn't the others. And this is what you see, you know. So it's pretty busted, but we're gonna see how long she's sidelined. This whole situation made Marcellus Wiley and Jason Whitlock look good because they called it. And the game is nothing but a game. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. It's gonna be interesting how this plays out. I'm out.